Hey guys, welcome to my channel. Today we're gonna watch Friday the 13th, A New Beginning from 1985. Here we go. In the last chapter, we saw Trish and Tommy survive the massacre and confront Jason. Tommy delivers a precise final blow to Jason and then finishes him off with machete strikes. Trish ends up in the hospital and reunites with Tommy, who seems pretty shaken by it all. This chapter opened with Tommy walking through the woods on a rainy night when he comes across Jason's grave. He hears something and hides. Behind the bushes, he watches two guys digging up the corpse of Jason Voorhees. Then Jason rises from the grave and murders them. Now Tommy is paralyzed with horror as he sees Jason advancing toward him and raising his machete, but Tommy wakes up. Present day, Tommy is a teenager tormented by nightmares who has been interned in several psychiatric hospitals, and now he is being transferred to Pinehurst, a youth development center for delinquent or troubled youth. Where? Of course, somewhere near Crystal Lake. The place is run by this guy and his assistant Pam. Here Tommy meets Reggie, who's there because his grandpa is the camp's cook. The new group of teens includes these two girls, this orphan teen who's almost like a child, this couple of lovers who are always hooking up everywhere, this teen who stutters, and this hothead who's got a short fuse. Other characters also show up, like Ethel, a neighbor who's fed up with the teens trespassing on her property and who has a not-so-bright son. It all starts when this boy tries to help these two girls hang the laundry, but ends up staining a sheet with his chocolate-covered hands, so they lose patience with him. So, he tries to make friends with this grumpy guy who's chopping a log. This sourpuss tells him to get lost, but he, trying to be nice, offers him one of his chocolates. But he chops it. So, pissed off, he tells him to forget it and walks away. But when he turns around,
damn!
This hothead is busted and the paramedics arrive to remove the body. And this paramedic seems pretty shocked by the corpse. That night, these two guys who look like they're straight out of the Grease movie get stranded on the road with their car. One goes to take a piss, and the other stays to fix the engine. Then, Jason shows up holding a lit flare.
Cut it out!
Burn! This guy comes back and walks past his friend without noticing that he's dead. He gets into the car and is slit in the throat right there. The next morning, memories of his encounter with Jason come to Tommy's mind. He takes some pills and looking up sees him behind him in the mirror, but it's just a vision. Tommy goes downstairs to have breakfast with the rest of the group when this guy shows up and scares them with one of the masks Tommy made. He starts picking on Tommy, but since he's not firing on all three cylinders, he throws him to the ground and beats him repeatedly before they're pulled apart. That night, this guy waits for his girlfriend after work. While waiting, he leans out to call to her and BAM! A while later, she comes out. Not seeing her boyfriend anywhere, she waits in the car. Suddenly, she looks up and spots the feet of her next date. In a panic, she gets out of the car and BAM again! Oof! That's gonna leave a mark. The next day, Tommy is looking out the window at the teen lovers running around. Suddenly, yep, another vision. At the police station, the mayor scolds the sheriff for not catching the killer of all the victims that keep showing up. The sheriff says he thinks it's Jason Voorhees, but the mayor mocks him, and angrily, he demands they find a suspect quickly. The lovers head into the woods. While they're hanging out, a peeping Tom is watching them from the bushes, but gotcha! Later, he goes off to this lagoon while she stays resting there naked cause, slasher movie, and then it happens. Daddy's home! When he gets back, he sees the girl thinking she's asleep, but snip snip, I see you. Shocked, he stumbles back into a tree, and Jason, who can kill you with whatever he grabs, delivers for me the best kill in this chapter. Damn, you're on fire! That night, Pam is about to take Reggie to visit his older brother. Worried about Tommy, the manager asks Pam to take him along too so he can get a bit of a distraction. The three of them arrive at a trailer park where Reggie reunites with his brother, who's with his girlfriend in a van. Reggie introduces them to Pam and the group chats, but Tommy prefers to stay there alone. For some reason, this sign catches Tommy's attention and he can't stop staring at it. Then, the grumpy Ethel's son shows up on his motorcycle and runs into Tommy. Realizing he's one of the Pinehurst teens, he starts messing with him, but Tommy beats the shit out of him until Pam stops him. Furious, Tommy runs off. Pam and Reggie head back to Pinehurst. In the van, they keep passing the time until he has severe diarrhea from the enchiladas and runs to the outhouse. The place starts shaking, but it's his girlfriend playing a prank on him. Then everything stops, and just as he's about to leave, he sees his girlfriend with her throat slit on the ground. Instead of running, he hides there. A pipe pierces through the metal sheets. Then he's wounded in the leg. And finally, when she returns, the teens let Pam know the others haven't come back, so Pam decides to go look for them. Meanwhile, Ethel's son, furious about the beating he took, circles around his house on his motorcycle while shouting and demanding revenge from his mother. Round and round and round and bam! Hello, Marie Antoinette! Ethel is next on the chopping block. Pam keeps searching for the others when the truck's engine dies, so she heads back on foot. At the house, these two are watching a movie. Then, he goes upstairs, where Jason welcomes him. After she finishes watching the movie alone, she covers Reggie, who fell asleep on the couch, and heads to her room. She lies down and turns over to find her friend. Jason stabs her from below with his famous machete. Jason now walks into the room of this girl who's doing some 80s robotic dancing. Turn around. Turn around. Turn around. Too late. I told you. Reggie wakes up because of the storm. He goes upstairs looking for Tommy in his room, and when he opens the door, he finds all the bodies from that house piled up on the bed. Just then, Pam arrives. She also sees the bodies before they both bolt out of there. But Jason shows up right there. They both flee through the woods. They come across an ambulance with a dead paramedic inside. Oh, and Jason too. How the hell did he get there so fast? Reggie takes off like a bat out of hell, with Pam right behind him. Lost in the woods, they can't find each other. Pam finds the manager staked against a tree, and then runs back to the house. It's Reggie's grandpa. She escapes the house while Jason is hot on her heels. Tired of running, she collapses breathless, completely at Jason's mercy as he raises his machete. Suddenly, one side of the barn bursts open as a tractor crashes through it. It's Reggie, heading straight for Jason. Boom, baby! Pam and Reggie hug while watching Jason lying there. But what the hell are they looking at? Get out of there! Of course, it couldn't be any other way. They both run toward the barn while Jason recovers because just escaping the camp is never the first option for the main characters in Friday the 13th. Reggie hides among the hay, and Pam appears wielding a chainsaw against Jason and his machete. They spar for a while. Pam wounds him in the arm, but then the chainsaw dies. Out of nowhere, Tommy shows up. They stare at each other. Jason walks toward him, but instead of reacting, Tommy talks to him. Well, I already told you he's not firing on all 3 cylinders. Jason then slashes him across the chest with his machete. He's about to finish Tommy off when he pulls out a knife and stabs it into his leg. Tommy climbs up to where Pam and Reggie are. Jason finds Tommy and assumes he's dead. Pam hits him from behind, so Reggie jumps in, pushing him into the void. But Jason reappears, grabbing Reggie's leg and pulling him closer. During the commotion, Tommy regains consciousness, grabs Jason's machete, cuts his hand off, and Jason falls. In the process, the killer's hockey mask comes off. What? That's not Jason. It's the paramedic we saw at the beginning of this movie. We got scammed. You bastards! At the hospital, the sheriff tells Pam that Roy, the paramedic, was the father of this murdered kid, a fact he kept hidden with no one knowing why. Also, Roy had newspaper clippings about the camp murders committed by Jason. The sheriff concludes that Roy wanted to avenge his son's death and that he used the Jason thing to cover it up. After hearing this, Pam goes to see Tommy, who suddenly wakes up and... horrible nightmare! Then he relaxes, but yep, there he is again. Another vision. But this time, something changes in his gaze. He gets out of bed, opens a drawer, and pulls out a hockey mask. This time, Pam actually heads to Tommy's room. She enters and finds that the glass of a window is broken. Is this another nightmare? Is this another one of Tommy's visions? Well, we don't know. And this chapter ends here. Now that we know what we know, let's jump into my what the hell section. How the hell did a regular guy keep fighting after this injury? Or this one? Or this other one? And what about these flashlight moves? And why didn't he go after him instead of killing everyone at the camp? And what's the deal with the eyes? And by the way, where the heck was Jason this whole time? Anyway, unanswered questions. Body count time! Things are getting tricky here. Do we count these 2 from Tommy's first nightmare? That's 20. Do we count Pam? That's 21. Do we count Roy? That's 22. If we don't count Pam, Roy, or these 2, that's 18. So what's the right answer here? The right answer is 0! Yes, pinch yourself, because technically, Jason didn't kill anyone in this whole movie. He only appears as visions or nightmares of Tommy. Oh yeah, and in this picture here, by the way, who took this picture and survived to publish it? That's it. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Smash that like button and subscribe for more. Thanks for watching, and...
Goodbye.
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 Goodbye. What a jerk. He left without saying goodbye.